Greetings to the parents from my spring pre-calculus classes. I am Mr. Rubenstein. You've seen me before uh, because unlike most semesters at Stuyvesant, where teachers get um, new students midway through, um, this year, because of the pandemic, it was decided wisely that we should keep our same students for the entire semester. So some of you I saw last semester at parent-teacher conferences, and some people maybe I haven't seen, but I want to give you a little overview because we only have 5 minutes, and between Zoom and breakout technology and things like that, there could be technical problems that make it even less. So what I thought I would do is make a nice leisurely video. I don't. I One thing that I've done is try to take advantage of the fact that students are on computers, which they're not usually in like a regular classroom. So I've been using recently something called Desmos Activity Builder, and I'm going to show you kind of what that is. And you could, if you're feeling like it, you can experience it. If you right now go to student.desmos.com and give them this code QFQ4BCPM, this will happen. And you put your name in, and up comes an activity. And I do this in class. There'll be as we do our class, I have students continually putting their answers and things, their responses to questions uh, into these slides. And actually, as a teacher, I can like control it so that they can't click like go to the next slide. But here it says, what's the first and last names? So if you type that in, I have a kid also, two of them actually, and then you submit. Now, just so you know, on my end as the teacher, if I come over here, demo for parents, I actually have a dashboard just to let you know what like I'm doing during class. And in that, what I can see is all the responses of the students, as they as they come in. So here, there's only one person, that's me. But if I click here, I can see, the answer. But if there was a whole class of students, I would see, an entire grid here. So that's how I can keep track of how students are progressing through the lesson as I teach. So what happens in here? There's more slides. Now I've been trying to be sensitive to the fact that students are under a lot of stress, and you know, so teachers are doing different things to try to make things a little more fun in class. Some teachers are playing music for the first couple of minutes or having students tell a joke, different things. So here's something I did recently that a friend of mine created. So when the students came in, they got to like take this little figure here, and using the sliders, they can like make the person smiling or frowning or kind of in the middle. They can change whether they're tired, wide awake. Then they can type in, maybe something's going on. I went to bed very late. And when they submit it, like I mentioned, I could actually come and see. If I click here, I can see, you know, what the students responded. And I can see, what they wrote, which helps me get to, you know, helps me help your children. So what Class Dojo is I have this little. This is it's a program that's mainly used in elementary school, but I found that it's really good for high school nowadays. So I have a class, and if students participate in class, I click on them and I say, on task. and it gives them a point. And when I put students into groups, I've actually created, grouping. So, breakout room number one might be these three people, and I could uh, award the entire group, I say teamwork for them. So uh, the students get these dojo points, and those dojo points get translated into a participation grade, which I'll tell you some more about. And the final, so you can see your child's grade in Jupyter Ed. That's where I post the results. So I have for a student here, I have all the homework assignments. Um, these don't come in real time. So like every couple of weeks, I transfer the data from Delta Math to the homeworks to Jupyter Grades. So currently the first 10 homeworks are in there, but there's been 13 actually. Um, there's also been 2 tests now, and it's participation grade. Participation grade is based on dojo points. And if your group, when I put them into groups in the breakout rooms, if they're talking and they have their screen shared and things, I give the group dojo points. And then at the end, I say, well, at the end of the 6 weeks, I say, if you have more than 4 dojo points, you get 100 in participation. If you have between 1 and 4, you have a 90 in dojo in participation. If you have under 1 dojo point, that includes negative points. If you're not, participating, if you're not typing your answers into Delta Math or Desmos or whatever it is I'm doing, you might have negative dojo points. Currently, that equates to an 80 in participation, but as the semester goes on, I'm going to refine that a bit. So you see these 3 grades: homework, participation, and tests. There have been 2 tests, and just in case you're wondering, I'm not showing you this to get you nervous, but uh, students will sometimes say, "Well, I did poorly on this test, but it was so hard. Everyone did poorly, so I just want to show you uh, that so far on test number 1, the average grade was about 83, and you can see there, the 90s, the 80s, the 70s. And then you can see test number 2 that just happened. The class average was a little bit lower. There is going to be opportunity, and if your child told you that, oh, he's going to let us uh, increase our test grades because some questions maybe um, I got too many points off because I left off, degree symbol. And that's actually true. I'm going through tests 1 and 2 and asking students if there are any questions that Delta Math like unfairly penalize you for. And maybe students have a lot of resources. For one thing, every day from 2:25 to 3, I have office hours, and some students come to ask questions. Also, I post online on our Google Classroom. I post the notes for the day. I post a short video about the lesson from my YouTube channel. Also, I record the actual lesson itself. At least I take one from each. I teach it a bunch of times, so I take one of the recordings and I post the full 55-minute lesson. This is in a private server so that only students that know the link and who are from Stuyvesant can look at this. So they have a lot of resources, which is very good. But I'm also, of course, here as a resource. So I hope I've answered a lot of the questions that you have. Um, so if we're having a conference, a 5-minute conference on the 2 parent teacher conference days, we can talk about other things besides, how is the grade calculated and things like that. There's going to be more opportunity. There's going to be a couple of more tests. There's going to be a final exam. There's going to be a bunch more homework assignments. And there's going to be some opportunity I did last semester where students got to do some creative projects where they made like these videos where they debated which math topic was better. And I had other like opportunities. I had a thing where some students had to show uh, what a good breakout room looks versus a bad breakout room, and they showed like a comparison of them. So there are like some opportunities, like extra credit opportunities and things like that. More important than the grades um, is, you know, are is everyone learning, and are they are they liking math? Are they enjoying it? And I'm really trying, even though I'm not able to see them in person, um, trying to make opportunities, these Desmos activities where students can feel, even though they're not, all in the same room, that they feel like they're doing something. They're being active. They're not just passively uh, soaking in the math in a passive way, but in an active way. So they constantly have to be typing stuff in to these boxes and moving sliders and drawing stuff. And at the same time, I'm here monitoring it and keeping everyone on their toes. It's been, as far as people learning, it's been a good year, but that's not everything in life. But uh, I've done what I can to at least make the learning part go smoothly, whereas so much else is not as good. Anyway, I wanted to let you know all that. So um, you can check out your own students on grades, the specific grades on the Jupyter grade, so that already, and a lot of other stuff based on this video. I know it's much longer than if I could have my own conferences, I'd probably talk for like 20 minutes to each person, and a lot of it would be me rambling. So you got a chance to see what that would be like, and when you come and see me, we'll talk about things that aren't in this video, assuming you even made it to this point in it. Okay, everybody, I will see you in the conferences. Goodbye.